Okay, I think we will start now, and I would like to welcome everybody to the house. To all the co-hosts, I appreciate now if I open my PowerPoint that you, let's say, also help the people to come on board, because that is something I cannot do if I'm speaking the PowerPoint. Welcome to everybody. If you don't know me yet, my name is Regina. I'm German. I'm connecting from Mannheim. I lived the last 17 years in Spain, in Javea. That is where I lived for 17 years together with my family. I'm a mom of three. My children are already 22, sorry, 22, 18, and 17 years old, two boys and a girl. And I'm a physiotherapist, and I worked always self-employed in my own clinic. And although you might think, has physiotherapy to do with nutrition? Well, a lot, because nutrition, we are what we eat, and we are building our health through the input we give our body. And of course, that has a lot to do, let's say, with my health, with my joint health. Yeah, are my joints hurting me or not, or my back, or overweight, because overweight also has to do something with pains and aches. So that's why this was, let's say, a section in physiotherapy I grabbed very early. I did a lot of courses in nutrition also. And well, latestly, when then I had my children, that was the point where I also saw, okay, nutrition is just so important. Yeah, because, our children really depend on education from our sides on nutrition, of course. Yeah, they depend on our, let's say, that we care through what they eat for them, because they just don't know it, right? Yeah, and aren't our children the biggest treasure we have? And don't we want to give our children the best start in their lives? And here nutrition is a very big part. And I know it's not easy, because in a way what we have to know is that we then sometimes just are like like fighting with the offers in the supermarket, fighting with society, because in our society there are, of course, supermarkets with offers that are maybe not so healthy, or special restaurants called McDonald's, or I don't know the names now, but that are maybe not offering the most healthy food to our children. And here we have to find our way through to get the right, let's say, also the right attitude, and the right to show our children the right attitude they have to have towards food, yeah, and towards their health. And it is not always easy. I'm part of a network that is very health orientated, and I will speak about, in general, what we should give to our children, and what official, for example, offices tell us what our children should eat. But I also speak about the company I'm working with since 10 years, and I'm also consuming the products since 10 years. And I will then, in the end, also talk about these products, because I think that they are a super add-on for our families, for ourselves, but also especially for our children, that we can then in a way balance this disbalance our children might suffer. Okay, so that is what I will do. I will now share my screen and lead through the PowerPoint. There's still people coming on board. Okay, so what do our children really need? Yeah, what should they eat, and what doesn't? What we are not told, because publicity is sometimes not always really talking about the products or the food our children should eat every day. So let's have a look. There we have got, of course, for example, in Germany, die Deutsche Gesellschaft für Ernährung, yeah, the German office for alimentation and nutrition, and we do have that in every country, yeah. And even we've got the World Health Organization. So we've got organizations and associations which are dealing with what we and our children should eat. So here, maybe you have heard about the campaign. The campaign means eat 5 a day. Yeah, there is a slogan, eat 5 a day and eat the rainbow. Yeah, what does that mean? Eat 5 a day means eat 5 times fresh fruit and fresh vegetables in every color of the rainbow, and not cooked. Yeah, I mean really fresh, raw. So that would mean for an adult person in total 650 grams total, 400 vegetables and 250 grams fruit. So you can ask yourself if you've done that, and you can also ask yourself if your children have eaten 5 portions of fresh fruit and 5 portions of fresh vegetable today, raw, in all colors of the rainbow, because that is what healthy people should eat. So healthy adults, but also healthy children. We're not talking about children with health challenges, because children with health challenges should even eat more. This is, for example, what the German association is talking about. The French association is talking about 9 times fresh fruit and vegetable. So you can see different country, different rules, which if you think about it, of course, doesn't make a lot of sense, because we are all human beings, I guess, and we should, as human beings, all, let's say, have the same amount of fruit and vegetable and vitamins and so on. Yeah. But just to give you a short idea, between 5 and 9 times fresh fruit and vegetable every day, raw, in every colors of the rainbow. That is not easy, guys. Yeah, that is really not easy. So maybe we do lack things. Yeah, but let's talk about also the pyramids. Yeah, the pyramids of nutrition. So the nutritional pyramids, what do they show? What should our children do? They should, of course, exercise, very, very important too. Yeah, so we should be physically active. We should play, the children should play. And of course, also socialize. That means they should not eat in front of the TV alone. Yeah, have proper meals, sitting on the table together with your families. Okay. And what should they eat now? Yeah, okay, they should eat, first of all, this big part here, the second one. Yeah, exactly what the association said. So a lot of fruit and a lot of vegetable, if possible, raw. Then here we can see seeds, and we can see whole grain, and we can, like whole grain bread or whatever. Then we can see good oils. Yeah, that's what we should really have a lot. Yeah, so fruit, vegetable, whole grain, olive oil, beans, nuts, seeds, herbs, and spices. Not to forget the herbs and spices, not only putting salt on what we eat, no, herbs and spices, which maybe we also don't have add enough into our food anymore. I mean, in Spain, for example, when I lived in Spain, here you can see the romero, the rosemary. Yeah, it was growing on the, or it is still growing on the mountains in Spain, and to a good plate of fish, we always, or meat, for example, there was always rosemary on the plate. But not only as decoration, we should also eat it. Yeah, so because the essential oils and the herbs have a lot of good impact on our bodies. Yeah, the herbs, I want to throw some light on herbs and spices, because what they have so-called adaptogenes, which help our body to adapt to, let's say, challenges. Yeah, so this is really important. Maybe also from the country you come from, you know that maybe your parents or grandparents were cooking with certain herbs and spices growing close to where you have lived. But of course, we're talking also about garlic and parslels and basilicum and stuff like that. Yeah, so that is in this part, and this should really be the major section of our nutrition every day. So you can see the rainbow in there, because you can see all the different colors. Then, of course, let's say the part of the proteins, where you can have fish and seafood, or also some meat and cheese up here. That's also protein part, with eggs and so on. Yeah, so you can see that And then, of course, up here, we should not eat so much of the rest. And what do we drink? The only liquid, the only beverage we should drink, or which is really drinking for the body of all of us, but especially also for children, is water. Only water. I know that milk is liquid, and I know that fizzy drinks are liquid, but that is no liquid for the body. It is metabolized as food. Milk is, if milk comes into the body of your children body think, oh, my child is eating now. It's not that they're drinking. And the same with all these sugary, sparkly drinks. Yeah. So drinking is water, and we should educate our children to drink water. It's one of the really basic things we have to concentrate on. Then, of course, let's have a look at another pyramid here. It is the pyramid of a university here also. Again, of course, we should do the exercise, and we should cook we should cook and we should eat at home. And here you can see more and less the same pyramid. And here what they added is that we do need daily multivitamin and multi-minerals and an extra of vitamin D. And I would even add an extra of omega-3 fatty acids nowadays for our children, okay? So here you can see a pyramid that also adds, let's say, the nutritional supplements, and it is part of the pyramid. And I know that, I think 1 or 2 years ago, time is fleeting, they added it into the Spanish nutritional pyramid too. So it is official, guys. It is official that we need supplements, and that they are part of our nutritional pyramid, but maybe we don't know that. Yeah, maybe it is nothing they tell us on the news, on television or whatever, but we should have a proper look, and then we can see that. Why are they adding them? Well, they're adding them because the world has changed outside, you know, the world is changing. We're not having, who has a garden behind the house? Who can eat from the garden behind his house? Well, I cannot eat from the garden behind my house because I have none. Yeah. So what you can see on this picture is the coast in Spain called Almeria. And here you can see below all this plastic, let's say here, yeah, the plastic sheets there, our fruit and vegetable is grown. And if you want to know more about Almeria, you can YouTube Almeria. You can go to YouTube and just write in Almeria, and then you know how this fruit and vegetable is grown here. And this is the export source to everywhere. So if you eat an orange from Spain, very often it's coming from Almeria. Yeah, so they export to Germany, to everywhere. Yeah, and maybe you can imagine that here, the way they grow the food and the fruit and everything, yeah, the vegetable is not like it should be, because very often, you know, they're not even growing in the mother soil anymore. They're not growing in our soil. They're growing in something like cotton wool, where there's some fertilizer put on, and then the plant is growing, and maybe the vegetable is also here growing. But you know that the plant can only take with the roots the minerals and everything out of the soil. And if the soil is not having all these minerals, the plant hasn't got all the minerals, for example, the broccoli. And then we, of course, are eating broccoli that looks very nice, but we don't really know what is in the inside. Yeah. Then what also happens is that the fruit and vegetable is harvested in a not mature state. Yeah. So it is not ripe. And then it is still, you know, it travels a lot, and that's why it's even given to us in plastic and so on, and then of course it is not as fresh as it should be. And if a fruit or a vegetable hasn't got the time to ripe on the tree or on the plant itself, it doesn't have the same amount of antioxidants. It doesn't have the same amount of vitamins or minerals. It's like if we would take our fruit, which would be our baby, out of our tummy after 6 months and think, okay, that's enough now. Is the child mature to survive? No, not really. And the same we have got here, especially the antioxidants are something that the plant develops in the last week of the maturance. Do you say that? Or ripeness? I guess maybe the words are not right, but you know what I mean. In the last week. So we should leave the fruit for the last, to the last week on the mother plant. Okay, that is important. So what we've got here, sorry, I couldn't translate it into English, but I will just tell you, it is a study. Here you can see the source of the study, because you don't have to believe me, of course, what I say. So here is the source. You can see where I got it from. And here, what are they talking about? They're talking about a comparison of fruit and vegetable between 1985 till 2002. And if you now take just the broccoli, take the first part. So we take 100 grams of broccoli. And in 1985, they found 103 milligrams of calcium. In 1996, only 33. And in 2002, only 28. So that is a difference of minus 73% of calcium in broccoli. So you've got the same broccoli in your fridge. It looks great. It looks great, but it doesn't contain anymore enough of the needed minerals. For example, here, the calcium. Okay, so that's really a problem. Because if I think about my pregnancies, I was pregnant around 1996. I was pregnant 1998. Okay, so I didn't have 103 milligrams of calcium in my broccoli anymore. I had only 33. Now you can think about how much more broccoli would I have had to eat to build the bones of my son. And then I was 2 times pregnant around 2002, once 2001 and then 2003. How much more broccoli would I have had to eat to build the bones of my son and my daughter? Okay, if I look at the broccolis, of course they looked as super as the one in 1985, but there's no barcode on the broccoli that shows me how much calcium is in the broccoli. Okay, and if you look at these numbers here, it is alarming. Minus 73, minus 62, minus 78, minus 60, minus 12 is also alarming, minus 95, guys. Yeah, so what does that mean? If there is minus 95 vitamin B in a banana, does that mean that I have to eat nearly 3-4 bananas a day? And what does my sugar level say to that? Impossible. Yeah, so we really are lacking a lot. We are really suffering lack of vitamins and minerals in what we eat, although we would eat how the pyramid says. Yeah, that doesn't mean that I eat only McDonald's here. I try to eat healthily. I try to get the 5 to 9 portions of fruit and vegetable into my children raw, although raw broccoli is quite a challenge, okay? Although I would do that, I would still lack. So, okay, let's go on. Another source is the Institute of Environmental Medicine in Rostock. So it's a source, you can look it up. You don't have to believe me. Write down the sources and then check it if you are not believing me. So this Institute of Environmental Medicine in Rostock says there's not enough vitamin C in the apples anymore and the bananas and so on. Again, a study, okay? So, and here there is not so much calcium in the carrot anymore and magnesium and whatever. Studies, scientific studies, okay? So what do our beloved children? So first of all, we try to eat healthily, get some strawberries, beans and potatoes and carrots and broccoli into our children, but still they are suffering vitamins and minerals because we can hardly get them on board anymore, although we are really focused on healthy eating. And we still have got time to do raw food for them. We still have time to talk with them that they need raw food. And we still, if we cook, we don't cook it too much. Yeah, that already is a challenge also, because a lot of parents are working and they don't even have time, and they just put everything into microwave or buy prepared food. So this was a little picture children in a kindergarten in Germany did. They had a look how much sugar was in what do they eat and how much sugar is in there. Yeah. So they found out that in the Actimel, for example, which of course the publicity tells us is very healthy, they had with each Actimel 4 pieces of sugar. Okay. So then we have got, like, let's say sweeties. They say they even have, you know, they're healthy or whatever. We've got sugar in there. Then we've got the Milchschnitte in Germany. Maybe you know it. I think it also exists in Spain. Yeah, and of course it is the healthy snack because it's the extra portion of milk, and it's the extra portion of whatever. It's just the extra portion of sugar and unhealthy fat. So don't believe that. Of course, I mean, Nutella and Coca-Cola are I mean, we don't have to, I guess, think about them because Coca-Cola is pure acid and pure sugar. Why would you like to give that to your children? And Nutella the same. By the way, with very bad fats in there too. So bad fat and very sugary and nothing that could benefit the health of your children. Yeah. And by the way, these companies also are not a benefit to our environment at all. And we also have to think about the health of our earth. But that is maybe going too far now. Let's stay with the health of our children. Okay. Even in tomato sauce, there's hidden sugar. In ketchup, there's hidden sugar. In mustard, there's hidden sugar. Yeah. So let's have a look here. Oh, the yogurts and so on. Of course, in cookies, there's sugar. We know that. But also, you know, in these, for example, in German, you call them Fruchtzwerge, Petit something. They are called Petit Suisse. They are called in other countries. Just, maybe I shouldn't mention them, but, you know, they are maybe not as healthy as you think. And I think you should know because it is about our children. And you are now working on the health of your children now for the health of your children tomorrow. You're creating the base of their health, okay? So here you can see that a child that is around 8 years has eaten more sugar than a normal person consumed in 100 years. A child of 8 years. So have you got an 8-year-old child? Do you know one of these products in the background of this child? Then you will know that your child has eaten really more sugar than maybe her grandmother in 100 years. And sugar is not really a benefit to our health. Sugar creates on their teeth something called caries, so it weakens their teeth. And sugar creates something that is called diabetes, and sugar is creating something that is called obesity. So that is what happens. We do have obese children because, you know, if the sugar needs to be burned by exercise, but the television or the games on the television or the games on the mobile phones are only exercising one muscle in our body, which is on the thumbs of the children, yeah, and not really their bodies anymore. So it can really provoke sincere illnesses, neurological illnesses, cardiovascular illnesses, hormonal illnesses. It's bad for their joints. It can create something that is called the fatty liver syndrome. We have a lot in children already. I myself, my youngest patient in Spain was 12 years old suffering fatty liver syndrome. And if they have got fatty liver syndrome, they're very, very tired, yes. And so that is really not good. And the end of a fatty liver syndrome is a liver cirrhosis. So that is not to joke with. Okay, so sugar is a real big issue. Next big issue, all these E's. Do you know them? I mean, do we have to study them now all? It's really difficult, but I can tell you, maybe we should not, we cannot study them all one by one. But if a product has 3 or more than 3 or 5 E's on the back, maybe you should put it back into the regal, into the yeah. So because what is it about? It's about conservatives here. It's about colors, yeah, and it is nothing that nature produced for us. But we are designed to eat from nature. Me and my children, we are designed to eat from Mother Nature, and not from an industry called the alimentation or nutritional industry. Okay, we're designed to eat from Mother Nature. Mother Nature has colors for us, but we should not put them in our bodies on a synthetical way. There are even books here in Germany. You can see here, there's a book with all the E numbers, and then you can see what the E numbers are all about. I just want to mention one. E is the tatrazine or tatrazina. It is making everything yellow. Yeah, so it is maybe in Fanta because it is yellowish or orangish. Yeah, and it is in the famous Spanish paella that we have this color. We can buy in Spain in little amounts or even in big amounts, and we put it into paella because a paella in Spain, this is the rice dish, has to be yellow. So now we put tatrazina, and you know why this rice dish was yellow? Because they use saffron. Saffron is a herb, but now they say saffron is too expensive, so they sell this E to Spain, yeah, in the supermarkets, and now the paella still is orange or yellowish, but you know, we eat a lot of tatrazina. If you want to write this name down, you can Google it yourself. You can see if it's a benefit for our health or not. It's just one, okay? So we and your children are the guinea pigs for all these E's. And I think if you see more than 3 or 5 on everything you buy, you should really take off your hands of this product. And as you can see, it's even in cheese. Did you know that? I didn't know that before. It's even in chocolate. I thought it would be maybe in this kind of drink, which I don't drink, yeah, but I didn't know that it's also in cheese. So, yeah, then they even found the Roundup in the cereals. I mean, I was shocked when I saw that. So the intoxication is going on, and we do have really have to look what our children are eating. So what happens? We are not suffering hunger, do we? This is German, but we're not suffering hunger, yeah? But we have very bad habits. This is showing the bad habits where we have too little micronutrition. Yeah, this world is micronutrition. We don't eat enough food and fruit and vegetable, and we do have a lot of lacks in how our children eat. This is one day I will translate it. I didn't have time, but this is from this Dr. Luis Ross. You can see it. He's a coordinator in a clinic in Zaragoza, even. Yeah. So if you want to Google his name, you can do that. Yeah. It's the, you know, it sounds like a contradiction. We have too much to eat, but still we suffer. We suffer the essential parts of our food. We've got too much offer, but too little really essential food in form of vitamins, minerals, omega-3 fatty acids, trace elements, fibers, and so on. I will come to this point, yeah? So what happens? We've got tired children, children that cannot concentrate anymore, children that have got deficiencies in writing and in counting numbers. They have got syndromes like the hyperactivity and so on, and so on, and so on. They have got allergies. Do we have super healthy children everywhere? Who knows a child with allergies? Who knows a child with this hyperactivity and anti-concentration syndrome? Who knows children with a slight form of, with, for example, Asperger syndrome, with a slight form of autism? Who knows children that are tired, that are ill all the time? Ask yourself, and it shouldn't be like that. Children should get up in the morning, jump out of the bed and say, hello world, here I am, where's the next challenge? That is how children should get up in the morning. Yeah. So now let's talk about solutions. A healthy lifestyle. Yeah. As you can see, the rainbow again. Yeah. At least 5 or 9 parts of fruit and vegetable every day, and eat the rainbow. That is something you should teach your children, and it is teachable. Okay. So fibers, a super important part. Yeah. Good digestion for children is super important. What do babies do when we breastfeed them? They drink, and then they do caca, and they drink, and they do caca, and they sleep and drink and do caca, and sleep, drink, do caca. That's what they do. Yeah, and that's how it should be. And if they're getting older, they should do the same. If a child doesn't go to the toilet more times a day, it is not a sign of health. Yeah, what comes in has to go out. Very easy. Okay, and fibers here is the main keyword. If the digestion of your child is low, maybe the intake of fibers is low, because the fibers help our system to digest it. And fibers, yes, we get them in, for example, in fruit and so on, but of course we get them in all kind of cereal parts, in nuts and everything, seeds and cereals and so on. Yeah. And we should really have, we adults should have at least 30 grams of fibers, and our children also, they should have, let's say, 20 grams of fiber, 15 to 20 grams of fiber, depending on their age, they should also have it, yeah? By the way, as a little rule, when I talk about grams, for example, I say now 30 grams of fibers, they always talk about adult people from, let's say, 50 to 60 kilogram onwards. Yeah. So if your child is 25 kilograms, just half it down. Yeah. So that is how you can see it. But at least if your child has a good digestion, that means goes to the toilet at least every day, maybe even various times, it looks good, yeah, so it is not like diarrhea, it has a good consistency, how do you say that, a good texture, yeah. Also the caca is also important. One sign for a good going to the toilet is that you don't need a lot of toilet paper, yeah, because that is what is a sign for a good digestion. Okay, so now the microflora, our, let's say, intestinal flora, is very important to good eating habits. Yeah, the lack of clear and well-founded guidelines for the intake of dietary fiber in childhood may hinder both factors. It's very important, the DF, the dietary fibers, that we really need that, and that's why we have to increase the consumption in children of fruit, vegetable, legumes, cereals, and other grain products. That's what we need to do, yeah, to really have them healthily. So, second thing, first of all, a lot of fibers. Second, omega-3 fatty acids are so important, yeah? Omega-3 fatty acids are critical for a child's brain function and overall growth and development. According to Dr. William Sears, MD, and blah, blah book, a deficiency of omega-3 fatty acids is #1 nutritional problems of kids. The recommended daily dose of omega-3 depends on age and medical condition of the children. Yeah, but we need them. They're so important for the brain development, for the heart development, for helping the body with any kind of inflammation. Here we go with good omega-3 fatty acids. And it's not easy to get them, because omega-3 fatty acids, a lot of children don't eat fish, and there are some fish we cannot eat anymore. I want to mention that here, for example, here the salmon. Sorry to say that, I myself love the salmon, but the salmon we can buy in supermarket is one of the most dangerous food we can have if we don't have it in a super ecological way from whatever Norway. But the normal salmon we cannot eat anymore. You eat really more, let's say, toxins, you eat more anti-flea toxins and medications and antibiotics and so on. really sorry to say, I myself am a lover of salmon. I love salmon, but you cannot eat it nowadays, and you cannot give it to your children anymore. So that's why maybe we have to think about how do you say, compromise. So what does our cells want to eat? Look, that's a cell of our children. And what do they want to eat? They want to eat 90 different things. That means minerals, 90 things, for example, calcium, kalium, yeah, all the minerals and vitamins and amino acids and proteins and omega-3 fatty acids, a little bit of sugar and a little bit of oxygen they need. And then this cell can really work like a machine, yeah? And then something else comes out, like the CO2 and some residuals, okay? And that's how we create our energy. Every single day, our cells want to eat that, 90 different things. So do we rather get it from a healthy diet, or do we get it from McDonald's? I think we now are clear that we get it from our at least 5 to 9 portions of fruit and vegetables, if we add some nutritional supplements, as the pyramid has told us, because it's not easy only to eat them. So our children need nutritional, good and healthy natural nutritional supplements, and they need a healthy diet, and they need to play, yeah, very important, outside with other children, and they have to do their sports. That would be, let's say, 100% happy childhood for our children if we can do that. Now, have a look at our world now. So I know that a lot of countries here that are on Zoom, for example, Ireland, are in the complete lockdown, yeah? France, Spain, in some regions, yeah, we have a lockdown. The children cannot so easily go and do their sports. They cannot go outside and play on the playgrounds, and so on and so on, yeah? Then I know the supermarkets are full, not only of healthy things for our children, and I know that a lot of moms and dads are stressed and have to work and maybe buy prepared food and put it just into the microwave, or we cook and steam things far too long that maybe all the rest of the vitamins and minerals also are not in there, yeah? Because if you cook, for example, the broccoli for a long time, then there are no vitamins in the broccoli anymore, because the vitamins are very sensitive to heat and to light and to oxygen. So that is also not always easy. Let's think in solutions. You're working on the health of your children now for the health of your children in the next 20 years. How healthy will be your children in the next 20 years, yeah? That is what you're doing now, and that's why you should really be conscious. And how can we now, we spoke about all these challenges and wow, how difficult, make it easy, okay? First of all, I think we can really make it easy with a slogan, eat the rainbow, and if it's 5 or 7 or 9 a day, as much as you can, eat the rainbow. Try to think about healthy ideas for your children, everything they can eat. You can add a carrot raw, or you can cut an apple raw, or an orange, or cucumber, or yeah, you can always put on our table, there's always something raw, tomatoes, for example, depending, of course, of the season of the year. The same with fruit. The little in between meals, why should it be a cookie? Why can it be a cut apple, a cut orange, or some berries, some nuts, for example? If you want to put snacks into the day of your children, add nuts, add berries and stuff like that. That can be a snack. It doesn't have to be a chocolate bar or some cookies, yeah? Avoid extra sugar, because there's so much sugar already hidden in what your children normally eat, yeah? So that is what we can do. What else can we do to make it easy? Well, we have to add these things, all the vitamins and the all the vitamins here, yeah? And what else? How can we then do it? Maybe we can do it through nutritional supplements. And now I want to speak about my company. The company is called Life Plus, and I am enjoying the the products of this company since 10 years together with my children. I was really happy finding this company, because what I love about this company is that there is no bad sugars in the products. There's no bad ease in the products. Yeah, no conservatives, no sugar part, nothing. I really can count on the good quality. They are as natural as possible, and they're still yummy for my children. So I do have a yummy, let's say, alternative for my children. Here, for example, the first product is called Yummies, yeah, because they're really yummy and they are so nice. They're, let's say, for our smallest kids now in the house, because here you can see that the Life Plus Yummies are delicious, chewable multivitamins for kids from the age of 2 years upwards. Why? Because, you know, they're chewable, so there's no danger that the kids could swallow them in a bad way. Yeah, so here we've got a super alternative with very nice flavors, strawberry, orange, lemon, and so on. And here we add a lot of good vitamins to the bodies of our children, and even the so much needed vitamin D. Yeah, we need vitamin D in Northern Europe. We don't have enough sun anymore. I mean, today in Germany, for sure, I didn't have enough sun, and I'm wearing long sleeves. The sun cannot, if there would be sun, it cannot come onto my body. The sun has to, you know, the vitamin D is the sun hormone. We create it ourselves if we have got enough sun. And then if you've got dark skin, for example, also, it is more difficult to create this sun hormone, the vitamin D. So we need to take it in through good supplements. And here we have got it in our products of Life Plus. So here, look, the Yummies are for our smallest kids, yeah, because they cannot swallow it in a bad way. Then we've got the Vitasaurus, also very good, maybe if your children are a little bit older. Here it is also chewable, but it's a bit harder, yeah. So it is like a, yeah, it's not like a gummy, a chewable gummy bear, yeah. So here the Vitasaurus are very, very good too. We have testimonials later in the house where people can speak about the benefits of them. Next, omega-3 fatty acids. They are capsules, they're quite big, okay? So this is not so easy maybe to swallow for your child, but children are really not so picky, yeah? So we have got enough testimonials in the house where children take this capsule and they just chew on it and swallow it down, for example. If you want to hide the taste a little bit, open the capsule and put it into a juice for your child, and then, let's say, hide a little bit, let's say, the taste of it, and then it's also way to take to the children to have it. We, for example, have also very little children who are still drinking on the bottle, yeah, on this Fläschchen, yeah, the bottle. So open the capsule, put the omega-3 fatty acids here into the bottle or the drink of your child, and then they can have the benefit on their brain growth and on everything they need. The Daily Bio Basics, you maybe think, oh yeah, it's a powder, but it's not so yummy. Yeah, true, but we've got so nice recipes on our website, 30 different recipes. My children are taking it with, of course, you know, we are blending it with fruit, with a banana and some cacao in the morning. We have got children who drink it with almond milk and cacao and a spoon of daily. Super, the best thing you can do for your children. It is full of all the vitamins they need, all the minerals they need, the fibers they need, and the probiotic bacteria they need. So, and you know, if you as a mother, of course, you know, you cannot ask for a healthy lifestyle for your child if you don't do it. So I prepared my Daily Bio Basics 10 years ago. I was drinking it, and then my children asked me, what are you drinking? Oh, I want to. And then I just gave them a zip on it, and then they themselves started to take it. Yeah, and everybody with their style. The one with cacao and almond milk, and the other one with orange juice, they will find their way to take it in. I really recommend as a basic product for the children, also the Daily Bio Basics. Yeah, here on top, you can then also the kids of 2 years, honestly, prepare your day, you yourself, your daily, be the, let's say, example for your family and share it with your children. and make it important. Say it is the magic drink. Mommy is drinking the magic drink to stay strong and healthy, and they want also the magic drink then. Yeah. And then on top later, you can give them 1 or 2 yummies, and that is, you will never have to be afraid to overdose your children with that. You will not do that. You have to be afraid of deficiency. You don't have to be afraid of overdose. It is like if you would give the question, how do I overdose my children? No, you don't. It is about vitamins and minerals of natural sources. If the body of your children doesn't need anything, they just put it out again. The body of your child takes in what it needs to take in, but the offer has to be big enough. And now what happens? There is a demand from the body, and the offer is very, very little and is not enough for the demand. Yeah. Rather, if the demand is here, and then offer also enough, and if there would be something too much, the body of your child just gets rid of it. Why? Because it's natural supplements, it's natural vitamins and minerals, and not synthetic ones. You can only overdose synthetic ones. So it is like if you give your children 2 or 3 apples a day, that would not matter. They can easily eat 2 or 3 apples a day. So don't be afraid of overdosage, please. Yeah. So the daily is super, because here we have got the fiber part. I would start with my little babies. Honestly, you can put a little fingertip in a bottle if it's still a bottle child, and they can drink it with that. They really will have great benefits. Yeah. Then we've got the little brother of the daily called the TVM. The TVM is, for example, I've got one son who doesn't like the daily so much, and then he really has it more often, the TVM, which is in a tablet form. He takes it. He doesn't have the fiber part and the probiotic parts, but he has the vitamins and minerals at least. And sometimes he also takes the daily. Yeah. So of course it's not now everything. Yeah. So it's not that you now have to have everything at home. Don't misunderstand me. Okay. But it's of course according also what you can also afford. But you know that we have got a very good system here where through recommendation you can even refinance your products. So if you want these products at home, there is also a system how you can get them, let's say, for free. Oh, sorry, this is the English one. So this is the omega-3 again here, okay? Then the daily, sorry, I was in the German slide. The daily, where I have the minerals and vitamins and the fiber part. You give it to your small baby also, and then you can still add the yummies on top of it. The proanthanols, super. Once my cells have eaten, my cells wants to be protected. I want to throw some light on that. Do you know a child with asthma? Do you know a child with allergies? I want to say that the ingredients of the proanthanols called OPC can maybe help your child to balance, let's say, and be strong for, let's say, issues like allergies and asthma, and also skin issues. Yeah, just to give you an idea why maybe also the proanthanols, which is a good antioxidant. The Micromints is also a product I love. I've got it at home. The Micromints is a supplement. Here we're talking about all the minerals. Your children need to grow. They're growing. They need minerals for their bones and everything to grow. And here we have a super high quality trace and ultra trace minerals from the soil, very rich, that makes the teeth, that helps the teeth grow, and the bones and everything in our body that needs the minerals part. So for the growth of the children, this is also very good. The evening primrose oil, a capsule with an oil, as the name says. The name is from a plant, is called evening primrose. Super fatty acids. You can open these pearls. Yeah, it is a capsule. You open the capsule with a needle, then you can spread it, for example, on the skin of your child. If your children is suffering the diaper eczema, yeah, that they got a sore bottom from the diapers, yeah, open this capsule, Weten your hands, put the oil in and put it on the bottom of your children, super good. But the same here, you can also, of course, take it in the inside, yes, make them swallow it, or you can also open it again and put it into something they can drink. Very good for all children with skin issues, for example, and if you have got elderly children, like for example, they are already in puberty, the girls, and they're now getting their period, also know that the evening primrose oil is also helping us to balance our hormone system. And as the, let's say, young ladies suffer the imbalances at the beginning of their puberty, sometimes they have got their period and then they don't have it again, and it's an up and down, and their maybe mood goes up and down, and maybe they also have some pain. Well, here the evening primrose oil would be the choice. You can really help your children a lot. My daughter is loving them. We always have them at home because she uses it at nighttime for her skin, also for her, let's say, a little bit acne skin. Yeah, and she also uses it as an intake when she gets her period. So this is a product that is also, I think, very cheap to purchase on a very cheap base here in our company, and a very, very good add-on. Yeah. Then we've got the colon cleansing. Well, look, in my family, we all do together colon cleansing at least 1 or 2 times a year, in primavera, in spring, or in autumn time. Here, the colon formula is part of it, and the ParaCleanse and the, oops, MSM. Don't I have the MSM here? No, I don't have the MSM here. Well, let me throw some light on the colon formula. Colon formula, I always got at home. Why? Because, you know, we need the fibers, we need the beneficial microflora, we need the fiber part we don't get anymore in what our children eat. So why don't add it? If your children eat a yogurt, add 1 spoon of the colon formula, just mix it and make them eat it. Or if they drink a juice, put a spoon of colon formula in that. They need these fibers, and they need the beneficial bacteria that are in there. And if you want to work also on your acid alkaline, on your pH level, here you can do, you can really help your body. Something you can have at home and just add it always. For example, sometimes before I go to sleep, I thought, oh, I didn't eat enough fibers today. I just take a glass of, let's say, warm almond milk. I put my colon formula, I drink it at nighttime. Maybe I add a little bit of the protein, and I sleep like a baby. Okay, and I know that I alkalinize my body, and I know that my digestion can then can work, and so on. Oh yeah, here's the MSM was hiding behind your faces. So the MSM, also part of the system, 16 days colon cleansing system, very rich in sulfur, because it's biological sulfur. It is very good for tissues like skin, hair, bone, teeth, and so on. Do we need that? Do our children need it? Yes. And why should your children maybe do the colon cleansing? Manuela will talk later about her son and throw some light on here, because, you know, maybe we have parasites going on, or we really need to cleanse our body again, because the intake of toxins is so big nowadays that we need to detox. And here again, our famous Biotic Plus. Biotic Plus is super important. Why? Because maybe your child has had an antibiotic treatment already. Whose children have taken antibiotics? Sometimes we cannot avoid antibiotics. So if they had an antibiotic treatment, maybe you or your children, take the Biotic Blast afterwards. Give your colon all the good beneficial bacteria. Here you see 10 billion good bacteria made up from 14 unique strains. What does that mean? 14 different families, 14 different lactobacillus and bifidobacillus, which we need in our colon to have a good colon health, which the antibiotic kills, but then we can put them in again. Yeah, so cultivate again in our colon. That's why everybody, after At least after antibiotic treatment, you need it. And if not, if you want to work now on your immune system in autumn time, now towards, you know, we all talk about the virus. If you do the colon cleansing now in autumn time with these products, Colon Formula, MSM, Paracleanse, and or Biotic Plus, the best you can do for your immune system to get a strong and clean colon, to really have also here a strong immune system, because 80% of your immune system is sitting in the colon. There are a lot of books. We also have them in English. Some of them we have in English, not all of them, but there are books about the importance of minerals. We've got this book called Minerals, The Hidden Miracles of Minerals of Andreas Job. We have that in English, and we have this book in English about the colon health. So please, I don't know if you read, but some of you who want to read, then please ask your upline and you will get the titles of the books. Otherwise, you know, we do have testimonials. This little boy called Valentino was born with dermatitis, which is sad because, you know, children should be born, babies should be born with 100% of health. And he was born healthy, but not really healthy, because he had this dermatitis going on, which should not be like that. So he was really scratching himself. If the mother didn't tie his little arms, he was scratching himself within seconds, and he was bleeding in his face and everything. So we called our doctor, and he said, you know what, dear mother, are you breastfeeding? The mother said yes. And this first photo here was after she added omega-3 fatty acids, she added the Omegold, she added good vitamins and minerals onto her diet, more quantity, and through her milk she gave it to Valentino, and this was the results within days. I'm talking about days, guys. I'm not talking about months or weeks. Within days, she was taking the product, not even the little baby directly. He was enjoying her milk, and that was the result. And then she was trustful, and she thought, oh my God, that must be really good stuff. And so she started to grind it and give it to him. Very, very little dosifications, of course, very little dosifications. And he got better and better and better and better. He's still taking his omega-3 fatty acids now. Omega-3 fatty acids help the skin to balance all the inflammation going on the skin. That's why they are also not only brain and heart, also on our skin level, the omega-3 fatty acids in general, I'm not now talking about our company, in general, help the skin to balance the inflammation. And think this, of course, is an inflammation on the skin. Yeah, so with his omega-3 fatty acids, which he just put into the mouth and he chewed it and ate it, it didn't mind how it tasted. Yeah, he loves it still now. And of course, he's taking the good supplementation. Why would I recommend the omega-3 fatty acids of Life Plus? Because the omega-3 fatty acids of Life Plus are really clean. Really, really, really clean. Life Plus is checking a lot the quality of the ingredients they take in. They've got a machine where they first of all check, let's say, the ingredients and have a look, are there toxins in the ingredients? For example, in the omega-3 fatty acids, they come from the ocean. The ocean is there are a lot of toxins going on in the ocean. So Life Plus cleans the stuff before they need it, they use it. And that is something you can rely on. And Life Plus does it, yeah, which not a lot of companies do. And especially omega-3 fatty acids, if you buy them elsewhere, super cheap, you can be sure that there are heavy metals in the omega-3 fatty acids, and you don't want that. You don't want to intoxicate your child. You want proper and clean micronutrition, and that's where the company is standing for. Then another testimonial. This young lady is called Marion, suffers trisomy 21. This is the Down syndrome. And Down syndrome children very often have the tendency to overweight. So she started with a metabolic reset. And after 2 times doing the metabolic reset, she lost 12 kilos, okay? And then she went on with our anchor product, with our basic products, and she's stabilizing her weight perfectly. But not only that, her immune system is really strong, that she didn't have any, last winter time, she didn't have any bronchitis, she didn't have any pneumonia, and I want to tell you as a mother, because it's the testimonial of the mother, that my girl, Marian, is also operated on her heart and on her lung. So she's a heart and lung operated girl. So she suffered bronchitis and pneumonia in wintertime, and now not only losing 12 kilos and keeping her weight with the anchor products, she's also not suffering that in wintertime anymore. And also her handicaps really got better through Omegold, omega-3 fatty acids, because it has to do with her brain development. So that is also top. That's the testimonial of the German mother, according her daughter Marion, yeah? So really nice testimonial. Here it's about a son suffering the Asperger syndrome, suffering the attention deficit syndrome, yeah? Okay, and they do take a medication called Medikinet, or a medication called Ritalin. And here, this mother is now writing, our son now since 3 weeks is not taking the Medikinet anymore. I give him Proantenol's brain formula and Omegold. In the school, everything is good, because normally they're quite difficult in school. Yeah, so in school, everything is good. And today he was going through the apartment and saying, I'm in such good mood and I'm so happy. And then I, as a mother asked him why. And he said, I don't know, but life now just is nice. And you know, that makes you so happy. If your child suffering, let's say, these challenges with this attention deficit syndrome, where school is difficult, concentration is difficult. Also in families, there's a lot of tensions through these syndromes. And then your son just goes through, just walks through the house and says, today I'm happy and everything is nice. And the same, Claudia Maya says, look, my child is also taking this kind of Medikinet, which is a kind of a Ritalin. And as she wrote the book, which only exists in German, called Schlau gelaunt, from a doctor lady, she also added the micronutrition of this company and got so good results, this book here, with her child. Children can also do the metabolic reset. Yeah, that means they can lose weight in a healthy way. They should lose weight in a healthy way. We have so many overweight children. Overweight is the door to a fatty liver syndrome for your children. Don't leave your children overweight, please. Help them to have a normal weight. Overweight is not healthy for your children. It has nothing to do with showing health. Yeah, it has something to do with no health, with lack of health, and going towards something called the fatty liver syndrome. So let's have some testimonials from the house here. Please be prepared that I call you. We had some super testimonials going on, maybe also Mercy Rechoice. I remember you had this morning with the Vitasaurus. You're a co-host, you could unmute yourself and just let us know what's going on in your house with the Vitasaurus. If there is a testimonial, you could lift your hand, please. Mercy,
This is so wonderful. This is lovely. Thanks, Reggie, for this wonderful topic that you brought to our notice as to all mothers. We really appreciate. Like me, we have a good testimony. My kids are taking the yummy, and they love it so much. It's helping them for their bones, for their teeth, and for their skin. So they love it. And the vitamin Cyrus is almost finished. So they love it. It's so amazing. So all mothers should go for it. It's so amazing for the kids. They are taking all the products that we have in our life.
Thank you so much. The Vitasaurus with the vitamin D, you know why Mercy is talking about strong bones? Because we need the vitamin D that our body can build in the calcium into the bones of our children. So that's why the vitamin D is also so important. And as we don't get enough sun, the sun hormone and this, yeah, the vitamin D, here we go. Thank you so much, Mercy. Manuela, would you like to throw some light on your son? And
yes, sure. First of all, thank you for sharing all your. I appreciate being here in times of lockdown because it's really nice to have this big community and having coffee together with so many information. I take the products now, my family takes the products now more than 10 years, like Regine. And it's not only we are what we eat, our children also do what we do. So our son saw that we have been taken the complements since he was 3 years old. So once he asked, what are you drinking, mommy? I would like to try that. So with 3 years, he started to do his own daily biobasics and with water. So that's about the taste. And then I have been adding a lot of things during all these years. And I can tell you the experience never stops. So at first of all, when he went to kindergarten, I gave him a Fusion Red. We haven't seen it today, I think, but Fusion Red is really an easy thing to give to small children to boost their immune system daily. And they really love it because it has a really nice taste and it's very, very natural. And you know, I connect here from Spain, and we have a lot of humidity in winter. So the children get full of mucus. We say mucus. And so, you know, when the children, when they're babies, when they're small, they cannot spy the mucus out. So we gave him 1 MSM in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and 1 in the night. And the next day, he just was, how you say, ausspucken.
He spit it out?
Yes, he just spit it like a mucus, like a ball like that. The next day, and then he was clean. So it's
what was it? 1 MSM? I'm just writing in the chat. 1 MSM, 1?
Yes, 1 MSM in the morning, in the afternoon, and 1 in the night. So
only MSM.
Only 3 MSM. You just crush them, and I put them on a spoon with a little orange juice on it because they taste very bitter. And then, yeah, so always have MSM in your medical health cabinet. So it's really, really helpful. And also my son, he rejected milk from 9 months. So he didn't drink milk anymore. So it was really helpful to have this daily biobasics. And also he didn't eat meat. So when children don't eat, we know that we have a lack of B vitamins. So it's very logical that we have to complement when they are small, because they need all this concentration. And what you said with the omega, it was really easy to open the omega. I only put it in a glass of water, and he just was drinking it, and he loved it, because we have it in our mindset that we think, oh, that has a bad taste, but they don't. They don't think so, because once as we all take products, and at the beginning, maybe you cannot refinance them. So I bought Omegold, and I bought the EPA. So once I gave him the EPA when he was small, and immediately he said, no, I want the other one because it tastes better. So because it has a taste of this, the oils which are in it, like oregano, and it has really a nice taste. It has not a bad taste. So, and our last experience was a few weeks ago, because he never wanted to try the bee products. He does a lot of sport. He plays football. He's now 14, and he didn't want the bee products because they're very sweet, and he doesn't like too much sweet things. But at the end of the summer, he told me, please, I want to try the Bee Focused. And so I bought the Bee Focused for him, and he started to try it. And it was really, really funny. He came back from football at 10 o'clock in the night, and then he had to do some homework. And he's not so strong in math, you know, he doesn't like the maths, and he was never able to sit down, concentrate on his maths, and doing a lot of exercises. And he just came back from football, sit down, did 10 exercises without saying anything. So it was just wow. So you see, even if 10 years pass, we just go on learning a lot of things about the products. And we are so thankful to have these products in our family, because we do not use any medication and nothing for more than 10 years. So yes, just try them all, because they're all really perfect. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for this nice testimonial. By who doesn't know Manuela? Manuela is my upline in Spain. Yeah, so Manuela is my grandmother. Okay, so you're all in her team. Yeah, she's your upline, please. And so just for all of you to know, and it's really an honor to have you on board here, and that you share your experience, your 10 years experience with us. And it is I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you all to be here. And as we're all international, if you have any Spanish partners, you're always welcome to join our international Zooms, as we have every language now. So we're really thankful. Thank you, Regine, and I wish you all the best.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, grandmother. Yeah, so that is really nice. And exactly, Manuela does a lot in Spanish. So a lot of Zooms in Spanish going on, and Manuela is part of it. So thank you so much. And I will include the Fusion Reds. You're right. I really forgot in my PowerPoint, the Fusion Reds. They are super for children. They are like cherry marmalades. They're in capsules, but don't let the children swallow the capsules. They should bite it and out. How do you say that? Chupar, it's in Spanish, yeah. Out the nice marmalade here. It's full of good fruits, yeah, power fruits. It's red. It's a red liquid they have. It's really very nice. So thank you so much, Manuela, of reminding me. And there's even Liprenex. I think we could also mention for the lung problems of our children. The Liprenex, I will write in the chat. Fusion Red and Liprenex I didn't mention. Yeah, as you know, I could really go on forever. The Fusion Red is the superfruit, and Liprenex is wait, I have to write and talk. Liprenex, which is a challenge, yeah. So it is a green lip mussels. It's very good for bronchitis things going on. So now the flu season is coming. Children are coughing. The Liprenex can help. You can even give it to little babies. Also the same, it's a pearl, it's an oil. Yeah, just, hide it in some kind of either water or juice or whatever, or like Manuela said, on a spoon together with some orange juice, and put it in the mouth of your children, okay? So it's nice to see you all. I'm honestly, I could go on forever, but it's time to go now. Nice, Mercy Rejoice, to see your children. So the next generation is sitting here keen on learning. Really, really nice. And I think it's enough for today. Yeah, we are repeating these, let's say, these coming together more and more. As Manuela said, we are at the moment suffering the lockdowns in all the countries. It is a good opportunity to come together and spread good news in our TV Life Plus going on. And for all the new people here, we're just a health network. Yeah, we're a health network. We decided on this company because of their amazing clean quality, and that's what we need. We decided on this company on their on their ethical mindset, and on their possibility through easy recommendations to refinance the products so that health can be for everybody. Yeah, so there are a lot of reasons to decide on this company, and that's why I want to throw some light on this company. So now, 5 a day, eat the rainbow, a lot of raw, yeah, a lot of nice snacks, nuts and fruit and berries going on as a nice snack, yeah, local and seasonal fruit for your children. Cut apples now. It's the apple time in Germany. Cut oranges. The orange time in mandarin time in or clementina time in Spain. Eat what the season is giving you, and then you still know, as they produce it differently, we need to add on the supplements which the pyramid showed us, and here Life Plus can really be your solution, because the company is really, with the quality and the natural, let's say the natural ingredients, one of the best companies I've ever heard about. Yeah. Okay, so thank you so much for being here, and see you very soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye to all of you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye to everybody. Bye-bye to all the children in the house.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye to all the children in the house. Bye-bye, Carolyn children. Bye-bye, Mercy children. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye, Clara.
Bye-bye, Queen children.
Bye. Bye, Regina.
Bye-bye.
Boss ladies.